94.7, 24 minutes after 2, Asempa FM Sony. Ekosiisen Renassia Subio, and the Mediano Air, Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show. Ekosiisen live on Asempa FM, reaching you live from our national studios, 355 Fan of Us Street in Kokomlemle, Accra. I don't know Medidio say bonsu, Ofemi Obi Amejo Soma, Yenamunyana says, Afi, Masandi Fidiano, Etumi Atohebio. And we thank you so much for making us number one. Yet, not to say, 4 hours, 30 minutes of prime time radio from 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Sound of our time near the Abremono by Malaria. Ayedra Kudos Pharmacy at the Abejaso. Agbave Herbal Center and a Willet Properties ne boy the sound of our time Ebremo. Me hear some segment near the Twamoso, Edu Motors, Obapa Product, EcoBank Ghana, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Rockstars Roofing Systems, and Aqua Taps Purification Tablets. Yeah, interviews are here on this show. And said can we do a lot of interviews and also HEPA Plus mixture, Consolidated Bank of Ghana, or so we stand with you, and a Concept Green Fertilizer. Your discussion segment also is brought to you in association with TCL, The Creative Life, Weber Call, also we care, Mark Auto and Spare Parts Ghana Limited, the official distributors of Isuzu pickups and trucks, and a Chevrolet vehicles here in Ghana. Franco Trading Enterprise, Phones Papa Pafi, Castrol, or say it's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering, open engine oil, Castrol engine oils. Now what's our kokoto? Dependable Herbal. I'm gonna ye Adom Malakio. And your Global Lighting Center Limited. Ope Kania Papa the fee and when to go Global Lighting Center, Kase in Kania Pafi. Omunina boy day. Your discussion segment, no. Ebremo. And me hear some so the call Keta, and Unim say over the past few days, tidal waves be taking over Keta, over 4,000 people. Any baby that as we speak, and a say Osha videos, and we'll be showing you some of the videos of how a Punsio afa some part of Keta. We'll show you those videos. Here we are. The member of parliament for the area, Honorable Jifa Gomasi, we also say when you now okay to south. Obo apro ewo efie ni bi ensuro ahoro ekono. No nsem trofo di nkobo kan sem bebre. We'll bring you a playback of that voice. Here we are. Your reporter wo ho ye Maxwell Agbagba. Ye ne Maxwell ebedi nkomo. Na ya sign so at Marco Scotland. Nadmo penya oda Nadmo ano ye ka say wako PM ewo Climate Change Summit ekoso Glasgow, Scotland. Na yen centroni a motitle nka we Ekosiisen so Seth Kwame Boateng is there. Onene edin komo afansem ekoso Keta no eho, and Nadmo response saying na is it here. I'll bring you a playback of that exclusive interview. Na mo hu said enioma AC Echo. Yeria unim say Nagrat here, National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAE. Omodi atudwa se omhwe hawa o man ni mun same kone ahochira eba ansha no omodi broni be say we want tools, they will lay down their tools. That is omo be strike anisa Nagrato, National Association of Graduate, almost the child here senior high schools in the omoko striker, you know the implications. In the end, the Nagrat president Ora Angel Kabonu will join us in studio. We just want to understand omo concerns and kasa and what really and air prompted the latest action and Nagrat person will take it. In the Angel Kabono will join us now. If possible, we'll get your reactions from the Education Ministry. And we have a packed show for you this Tuesday afternoon. Ekosiisen is live and airborne. Come through with your messages. Tell a friend to tell another friend to tune in to 94.7. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube as well. And to join us. We show you maybe I went to me and in real time. There is still an opportunity for you to listen to us. Oko Spotify, oko iTunes, your podcaster ewo ho. Oko myjoyonline.com, adomonline.com. Ubenya podcast no of this show. Assign so etie. And sana, ebi I want multi TV decoder and be radio channel no. You can listen to us. HD plus decoder and so now you can also listen to us. Inti, we've made the show available on all of these platforms. Ubetimi etie. Odebra Facebook, Asempa 94.7 FM. Your page on Facebook. Like the page, share the stream. And then we have some very interesting discussions coming up on Ghana's business and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show, the multiple award-winning talk show. Later on in the afternoon, Yebenya Honorable Titus Glover, studio, former MP for Tema East. Sounds so NA or the actor just said Unya General Secretary of the NPP position na Obedi enti NA yebenya no Eddie and common discussion segments also and Fred Agbenyo ono ye incoming MP ewo Sal and I say Guan ono so Eddie actor just and the party Emma Kwan say amount for mefa forms and contested primaries ewo Sal and I say Guana Ononso Ebekobi. Fred Agbenyo would also join us now to me, Ed Inkomo. A happy birthday to Ed Fifi Jamina of Sacred Heart School of Glendon, Maryland. You are 9 years old today. Wishing you God's grace and blessings from your parents, your auntie and siblings, especially your brother Daniel. We love you. And thank you, Gordon Asari Bediakon anyway Abba. We say a happy birthday, belated though, to Naomi Amwabin, a seamstress at Asaman Kese, Walanyo in Akritia. Great accomplishment require great people. We know you have many more accomplishments to covet and achieve. Wishing you all the very best. A happy birthday to you, Ernest, in South Korea. And this is from Ohineba Kwame Danso Jr. And on the way I'm praying. Let me see. A happy birthday to my dearest twin girls, Daisy Penning Techi and Doisy Kakra Techi. Daisy and Doisy. Daisy Penning Techi and Doisy Kakra Techi. May God continue to bless and protect you guys. That's from Kwesi Reynolds in Agona or Dobin, and on the way I'm praying. We say good afternoon, Obi. As I congratulate you and the team on the success chalked over the weekend, I would also want to send my special birthday wishes to a day one brother and an ardent listener of Ekosiisen, Amponsa Buedi, as he celebrates his birthday today. May the lines fall for him in the right places. He shall do greater works. Happy birthday, Onuya Buedi. Live to be 94.7 and beyond. This from your friend, your brother from day one, Alex Martinson, and he is in Koforidia and all the way I'm praying. Okay, let me see. Good afternoon, Obi. I'm watching you live inside MUCG campus. Nana Boatna Blekoma Central. MUCG. That should be Methodist University College, Ghana. Okay. One campus a war Dansoman, I suppose. Okay, this one says, Obi, as we speak, textbooks have not been provided by the state after the Nanabaomi MPP government introduced the new curriculum in 2018. How do our leaders expect us to teach and deliver as teachers? Obi, kindly talk about this issue on behalf of teachers. Prince Henry in Koforidia. Prince, at which level? Junior high school, primary school, and also senior high school. So we know how to direct and where to direct the questions. Na etimi abwayen. Ekosiisen suni haya sempa 94.7 FM. A happy birthday to Nana Sa Tremankoma in Kosohema. Or saying, is it AKA Dada1 or Hajia India? Hey. Wishing you life, long life and prosperity Master Planner Junior, and all the way up. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. John Batado in Ohio, US of A says, congratulations, Obi, and your indefatigable team. Ekosiisen makes the world go round every afternoon. Thank you, and thanks for always listening to us. Fred, aspiring MP or incoming MP, don't make Fred feel too swollen-headed. Prince Boache Boaten, Ministry of Trade and Industry, PRO, and on the way abba. And to say the medical akano, maybe would play these voices for you. Now, you to me at was unim say, tidal waves are causing havoc. Ewo Keta in the Volta region, Keta South constituency. And in Sembebri, about in fact, the member of parliament for the area, Honorable Jifa Gomasi, visited some of the affected families. No more dying when your videos maybe over Facebook, I'll be who videos no ebi. Now when how our tidal waves no cause havoc, ewo Keta, when and so catch a sankasa. I'll be playing back her voice for you. Now Onya, and as know was some very strong words for the current administration. In the members have voice, and so near Maxwell Agbagba. He is reporting from Keta. Over Facebook, you see, who videos nibi. Afa krono, almost half of the town. Punsio pa ajikro afa. Enye easy. Nipa ni na pie free wonfie abegu ka kwan so bra asempa ye Facebook page see and bra be share videos no. Ebi Maxwell Agbagba akwaba na pom to saying.
Obi bibi aboko.
Okay.
Bibi aboko voter original.
Yes, me amit me the Keta poti na wujina.
See na free Salakope about Keta Municipal Assembly. This year minu kase mijina Keta Municipal Assembly hodom. Ya say relief items na yesi nad mode bano. And I'm kwanswa eba. Inti the Keta South MC or any other government officials and so hanum. This year mijina yesi me who say NADMO officials need the almost share omo NADMO beep no ya throw NADMO so about around almost planning distribution of the relief items now the captain said nam kwan so eba no nti see ade yo Keta Municipal Assembly ya train say relief items na ya say ebeba no ebeba na amanfo so motumi ati say amanfo na omenya relief kaka.
Exactly when the sad disaster will happen 3 days ago, 2 days ago,
well, for many of the people living along the coastline in the Volta region, it is a perennial problem.
Okay.
That Sunday DNSC and it trigger when because Sunday DNSC and residents many it's one that they've never seen in a very long time. Especially community now we're based in Salakope, especially Omona experiencing they were, we can say, the hardest hit in all of this. Because in Siono, in fact many MC in Keta South MC in Maxwell Lukuto Okacha say Siono came all the way to the level of some of the residents. He came all the way to the level of their chest.
Hey.
Omona music and if you na make canon so and just like if you this is like a house that is about 200 meters away from the shoreline of this village that I'm talking about. You know, it's quite a distance. And if you know a pool, as such a boy, a buy, I'm few year to the stand say, if you know, MC say, a bit of a drum chest level. And of course, your videos now out and so main road area more on so in Siono Ekataso Enina MC the in the bon common Monday no catch and say about 1,000 people have been affected by this to the extent that they had to call police and fire service to intervene in what is happening.
Asempa FM.
Sunday they've seen a lot of things, but what happened on Sunday maybe I'm in a bon command of power. ewo eponano o say na ahumache be say 1 a.m. omuda ho mwada odo hu ana on say empa na oda so ma say empa na afọ sam o preacher and ni say oh e dey na esti odi ni nine esti from tom insio obie ni no nkwohwe a insio na aba mu dem or say but for the intervention of some benevolent people I got the 3-year-old daughter and by this time we if you only by ponano and I in Myanmar akabo wakata wamwamwa she's folded it in another cloth and okita or say if you ask me obeying na nadia akin na any adia na okita no because they time ebubu in fact yawa eponano no me hu say small boy be all dry uncompleted way one of the destroyed structures because I see on bathroom ni bibia akọ epugim he doesn't have anywhere to even take a shower to the extent that very critical infrastructure in some of the communities have been affected. So for one of the communities community cemetery community cemetery loved ones they are now thinking about relocating the cemetery because part of it has been submerged to the extent that you see as the a book sana etini basa cemetery hono nti man ba ku bia mishana menene ebon komono na o digi grave and o catch me say oh Mr. Zana na o digi grave I mean is this an active cemetery or say yes an active cemetery or say because insiono eba exposes some of the bodies that have been buried so what they are doing now is to relocate the skulls and the other body parts, the skeleton and all of that because of course they want to preserve the dignity and the memories of their loved ones that they've lost. And this is a community cemetery which is also being threatened. In fact,
a suburb of Keta.
It's in the Keta South municipality.
Oh, it's in the Keta South municipality.
Yeah, it's in the Keta South municipality. Yeah.
But the other thing I me person me busane say because and for a tier for 8 year to get the proper picture over Facebook in some actually can watch the videos are here in Tibra Facebook they share live videos maybe from Keta South municipality. That's where you can appreciate reporter Maxwell at the MIA. But Maxwell don't be person me busane say ponano the closest building to the sea distance net is saying are the buildings that close to the sea?
Oh yeah, I mean now the buildings are very, very, very close. They are close to the extent that it's just let me say just one stretch of buildings that have separated the main road and then the ocean. Yeah. So what is happening right now is that even the coastline itself, at a level, once usually Puaniano focus to the extent that it naturally, provide some kind of defense against the waves. Now it's level. It's level now. So when there's high tide, I mean it just runs into the community just like that. So for the Salakope, part of it, about half of it has been submerged already. And community people know specific the sea defense now. What would happen is that the sea will now take over the road. Road na elenki Keta ni Anglogani ni Nkika hono. Epono. That's a road. And I think that's what is likely to happen if care is not taken. Essentially, to see a po asoche it's me boss maniba road ni. Na eba road ni mua. It's me tower for a very long time. And that's what we saw on Sunday. Inti road the road itself has started deteriorating because of the tidal flooding that is happening in this community.
Paint way my Salakopeno. Is it a big town? Nekesi to say.
Well, a town. Quite a number of people live there. In fact, many MC born Komono. Besides how many people were affected there, he mentioned to me that about 1,000 people were affected. So it gives you a sense of, the number of people who live there in that community.
But in the entire municipality, a hoppen a worst hit, meboa.
Well, in the Keta South municipality, yes, West is one of the hardest hits. But Yatete also said, if you come to the Keta municipality also, communities along the coastline, some of them are also being battered and being pounded by the strong, by the strong tidal waves. There are communities there that are really affected by, by the high tides and what is going on. In fact, slowly in the Keta South municipality, another community, your friend Amutinu. Now, Amutinu, no, school, your friend Amutinu Basic School, MA Basic School. Now, this is a school that serves two communities, a service Talakope, a service Amutinu, a service other adjoining communities to say Adina, Nyadiade. School na American wasem. First, no, school na or school building nature, park kakakedi down. You see a prono afa park ni na. You see a biluka say akaka crazy pen. That's like you see unante a pronanoa. You just take 20 steps and then you reach the school. In Colonity class cry idea no more. Almost idea. A poor such a crack me did it to the stand say like if you're a teacher you have to shout. I was speaking to one of the teachers today and he was telling me science teacher no catch him say who a class on when TT mua in Colano omunte. I quite say wakot now a pronano idea because that's what it is. You open the windows and you see the ocean. And to the extent that sometimes though when there's high tide a poor such a me bo at the boss school dino. And now I say, meaning one of the students said, Kasai, and catch them say, almost a class ground, they can't even concentrate. And I'll say, a continuous pounding this, the school building. And now I call me who visible cracks in the building. And then, and I say, you call any school paying for one, come on, because, school building way there, being sure say it would last more than 1 year. Baku stream no catch them say, 1 year in America. Now, maybe in 3 months, and I say, 4 months. And this is a basic school that serves many communities in the Keta South municipality. Strong tides, no, cause damage, to it. So, in the end, just Amutinu, and not just Salakope. I mean, quite a number of communities on the coastal lines in the Volta region, have been affected by what is happening.
Okay, now let's talk about sea defense. Udru Hono, are contractors on site or more sea defense? Now, say, BBS anywhere, so what's happening? For sea defense now.
Well, for sea defense, BBI TV a coy no, Salakopa Honumwa. Now, Salakopa num epeng, BBI coy epeng Agaveji Honum area more side. Honumuna coy. Sea defense they call not ye who contractor on the side, but sea defense who to me say I say like ye that part of the community knows that part no. But the problem is, the strong tide continues to reach some of the communities, and so the sea defense is not even protecting the people from the high tide. And when I spoke to the MC about it, he attributed the problem to the coastal erosion that is going on. I mean, he talked about sand winning activities. I say, ebinum timi kosa aniano, ewe ponano no. Timi di kosisi, anka so dan. In fact, they call ponano. Timi say, aniani bi, di acha blocks, ewe ponano. And I'll catch him say, NewSec, the Municipal Security Council, is going to take drastic, measures against recalcitrant residents who continue to fetch the sand and use it for construction purposes. Because I say that is part of the problem. And really, if you look at it critically, that is a major part of the problem. Because the natural sea defense is no longer there. The land is now bare and it's just flat. And anytime there's high tide, nothing whatsoever serves as a buffer between the communities and the ocean.
Okay, into area now, say as a sea defense now omowie no eno ye Salakope hono
Salakope Agaveji area mo hono hono I call
by hon so no you say still no insuo no afangofo kakra hono baby I call na nka no why sea defense no but a pro no asoche no
the high tide was so strong that it still, went over the sea defense and then reached the community.
Okay.
Yeah. And see defense into me and you for them.
It is Salakope on proper and the whole sea defense be anyhow.
Salakope all proper and the sea defense be anyhow. And see, that's what some of the residents are calling for urgent intervention. I'm gonna say the only thing that can stop what is happening is a sea defense. I'm gonna say someone sea defense now. Entire community, the entire Salakope community will be submerged. And I totally agree with them because almost half of the community has been submerged.
But is it the case not sea defense be koso and a project not stolly and not set to saying have they started something?
Well, residents not many say almost started. Sea defense has not been extended to their community.
To that place.
It has not been extended to their community. In they feel also that because the sea defense has not been extended to their community now, exposed, into say a high tide, it is DS that is, they become the worst hit people because the Poisson definitely would want a place, to spill, whatever that it is in it. Because of more need defense a bar force a debano bibian to mean stop almost say no kauna a buildings a way punano no bebre in fact when I'm a punano on my work as a war zone buildings the bebre a collapse to the extent that me see one man DSA or no he had a 7-bedroom house or something which was very close to the ocean
and also
blocks in Kwana, Omapaki, DSTC. Even the member of parliament for the Keta South constituency, and in the Bonkomo, Ablajifa Gomashi. She was telling me that she is also partly affected. She's also affected because she said she has a building in the constituency, and in the morning of yesterday when I spoke to her, she said, we have signs of the ocean getting very close to her building. Now, is there talk about relocation? Say, Ebianco for person you relocate to on every mo fie e wo sisia. Well, the brain now many of bon komono. Omunya yanka obetina hodom. But binum so many of bon komom ka tell me say, ebinum tene ade na sia aye no. Like they've endured for a very long time and they feel they've run out of that endurance spirit. It's now a battle. It's not a survival of the fittest. So what now? No, they've started moving to their loved ones, to their family members who live in Amloga, Keta, and other adjoining communities and towns. But one man almost say like who feel like they do not have a place to go. The brainer still want a community hall. And some of the people I met today, and they say, I mean, woman back here in Bonko, I say, I dear son, a crown no moda. And I say, and you may not, you were crewing. What happened was that evening time around 7 p.m., we saw people moving out. So you meet people with their clothes, you see people with their pillows, you see them, you ask them, where are you going? You say, we're going to spend the night in another town. Indeed, that's what they do. Spending the night in another town, and then early in the morning they return. Instead, you don't say a man for a call out, and you bring anopa adiachina, no more saba, no more bar. The main purpose is to dry some of their wet, clothing, a mattress. For normally a best if you are drying the kakra, more some cleaning the kakra books are. You not sending any idea. Nobody go up on any idea just to dry it. Now, dear son, then they go back again. In fact, yesterday, church Bakubia Air Service as shelter for some of the displaced persons. In fact, and now I say, I met a 60-year-old woman and another woman, Auntie Agbenato, and then Susan Tete. Michelle Moore. I saw her almost say for some time now. I saw her no more. But and now I saw it into your revival. It's not much about saying almost train say I saw in the point. No more kosa umukete. No more so water. If you are sorry, no point. Almost to mean die because you say I want to be so they wait for church service to end before they can sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is really terrible. But a great job done. Yeah, share videos ni bi ewa ha. I saw them hot shots no ne eponano shots ni bibi anti mo share on Facebook live no you should have seen some of the videos Adanya are affected. So who kind Adanya along the coaster plus or minus Adanya be saying na epuye bubu egu.
Obi Adanya dey also doors papa it's just make an one eponano coastline now I feel like a war zone because I mean what in that to say like you're just strolling on the shoreline all the buildings you see visible to you all of them destroyed they're cracked buildings run down structures and it's not like anything destroyed them. It's just the high tides, that destroyed the buildings that we are talking about. Yeah. And then it's debris. And the buildings no akoshe eponasi. So for those ones, they need to mean kind. Yeah. And sand wind and no has been seen as one of the major issues. Exactly, and that's what the MC mentioned. The MC mentioned that it's one of the major contributing factors to what is happening because the sand at the coastline provides a natural sea defense. So if you are clearing this natural sea defense for construction purposes, what is going to happen is that when there's high tide, there's nothing serving as a buffer between the community and the ocean. So what you have is you have all the seawater running into the community, getting onto the street and all of that. Now, in fact, Salakota community in Ankasama, any Amutino, I say island bisa because Winifasu lagoon. Big lagoon. Wubenkum ocean and a community no kakre bi pena that in but community members they catch and say first of mobile I mean the sea was far away from them so you wouldn't even feel trapped between the lagoon and then the ocean. But things have deteriorated so fast. I mean climate change has had a lot of impact on this community to the extent that now the residents feel trapped between the lagoon and then the deep blue sea.
Wow. One of the things I'm a person be and the MP for the area no babe visit victims ni bi ewo na one in some for ekasa enti honorable Abla Jifa Gomasi nin some of the two dwani bi enie etie for mama yentie ba ye ne Maxwell be wrap up muntie we mame.
This is where I brought him.
This
is it. This is where I brought him. This is the house. This is what is left of where I brought Honorable Asenso. I brought him here myself. This is it. This is the house. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Hello?
A whole family. Look at the slates. That covered the house. This is it. Behind you. This is it. Their windows. This is their windows. This is it. 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 You can't ignore us. For how long? You cannot ignore us. For how long? For how long can you ignore us? For how long? They can't go fishing. They can't go to the border. We are hemmed in. We are in prison. We are in prison. We are in prison and nobody is saying anything to comfort us, to encourage us. We fed Accra and Kumasi during the lockdown. No hot meal for these people. No hot meal for these people. And still we pay our taxes. Every month something gets out of my money, my salary, and goes to the state. But this is it. 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 This is it.
You are living in a state of despair.
I'm traumatized. Memories of the people I came to speak with. I came and campaigned here. People here voted for me and President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Even if it was 2 votes he got from Keta Tidal, it added to the total figure he claims is his. And today, where are they? Where are they? I can't even find them to commiserate with them. I can't even find them. I brought them food in March. I brought them food in May. Where are they now? I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. This is depressing. This is unacceptable. And I did say
your call has been put on hold.
That once it took those houses in May, the next thing was it was going to take the road. This is where we are.
Should you're sharing tears? I can see that how devastated you are with this. Should government, for that matter, the state, so to speak, declare a state of emergency in this area?
Why wasn't it done yesterday? The state of emergency should have been done yesterday. When we saw people's condo and powder in the seawater on the streets, that's when you should have declared the state of emergency. That's when you get in your vehicles and you come here and you communicate to the people and you give them hope. That's what you do. That's what you do. You don't ignore them. How many times haven't you heard me speaking about the closure of the border and its effect on the people? How many times haven't I spoken about what the sea is doing? Force majeure versus taking a decision to punish people.
And that was Honorable Abla Jifa Gomasi, ono ye MP for Keta South, and basically the all Kenyan say as a omino yapu onone manfo no na, and she even cited the example of time a lockdown by and say lockdown by na yade aban aduane de ma nkran ene Kumase for na ene ya tidal waves yaba manfo nya babi na ewo Keta South no hot meal crankofo bi de kra abon wanya de aban efi won saafo ne nso sankofo ne nyina nso tua tax de ma aban ide na ohwe se wo sanka aban eba beboa won sea defense waka ho asema kan enya de aban efi won border ya tum wa flawo waka ho asema kan enya de aban efi won de ase ya neglect won ena ya ka amanfo de say ya bu won ase abra won sun ama mo ka asem kro obi ya enti de honorable Abla Jifa Gomesi e kan ye nyina eno no but Maxwell.
Yeah.
It is only a man for the Dunkoma. Do you get the sense Omunyina Dream said the member of parliament about that neglect from the central government?
Exactly, Obi. In fact, Thursday night we didn't hear this complaint of neglect. The second day, and net, for instance, and I think that is also because the people feel that relief items are relief suffering kakrano relief items not do because they told me that this thing happened on Sunday and it looks like Sunday dawn and it looks like nothing is being done. Almost relief items not crowd do. In see, and then many of them come over no. Almost the brain they feel that because this community, the communities the affected communities we are talking about are not the World Bank, the so-called World Bank of the governing party in Tino. And they pay, so you speak to them, they pay taxes. Relocating basically what the MP is actually saying. Relocating said they pay taxes and they don't understand why governments, would not expedite action to bring some kind of relief to them, and that they feel that if this had happened in another area, relief items would have been sent to them fast, and there would have been plans about how to relocate them and all of those things. And see, those concerns have started coming up. The first day when we came, we didn't hear that. But today, I heard of a lot of that. And upon the core, and they complain
okay. As we speak, and we have a final question. Relief items and Casa Padie, either from the assembly or from the member of parliament herself, and also we have relief items and Casa die MI.
So according to the residents, no shame by
BBMI. Not from the assembly, not from NADMO, not from the member of parliament.
Yes, nothing has arrived so far. Asena your Keta Municipal Assembly, say, a B, you see, a dinam quite so about and see me who press for any be around Hanum say, and then some of the kind, me who not more officials didn't do her, but relief items na channel, me family say, me nim, Tabedru, and I say, we really do not know what is going on, but we're told that the MCs and other top people are meeting to strategize on how they're going to distribute these relief items. But when we spoke to our source within NADMO just about 30 minutes ago, or catching and relief items, and I'm quite sure airbag mattresses and more near the idea. And see, very soon the residents are definitely going to, get some relief. But I feel like they're gradually running out of patience. That's the thing. That's the situation now, Obi.
Maxwell, may I not say, great job, great job. BBN Ebesia Babidin Kobo. Maxwell Agbagba or Joy News reporting live from Salakope in the Ketu South Municipality. Fortunately for Yenyanano, the president of Nagrat and the Krum and the Krua Yeka Huasemi. Atafiano.
So from Denu,
okay,
you come to Hejrana, we come to Adafian, from Adafian to Adina.
Okay.
From that area, it's affected all the way to Keta.
Oh.
So some are more Canada, Mifia, Sempahana.
But there's a who come okay to South.
Yes.
Okay to South.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
No. Namumo Hono, who Kroni
Adafiano, that is
Adafiano.
We call it 3 town. That is Denu, Hejrana, Adafiano.
Oh, okay.
They call it 3 town. It's the same town, as a matter of fact.
So also your friend is saying
from you see Omudu Keta now almost stop here.
Yes.
It made the other areas vulnerable.
Oh, okay.
You see, as a geography teacher, let me a little bit do some explanation. You see, the sea waves moves at a right angle.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So the way some other countries solve it is to build groins in directly opposite to the right angle, so that then you see that you have the sun being mashed up. When they got to Keta and stopped,
sea defense project.
Stop Keta. Then it made all the other places about 8 kilometers all the way to Aplau. It made it vulnerable.
Oh,
yes, okay. So we will need, because if we don't, from that whole area, the highland starts rising at a point known as Tokon. So if you are not too careful, the whole area will go. I mean, a great chunk of land of Ghana will have to go. So we will have to, the state will have to, as a matter of emergency, construct the sea defense wall all across all the way to
8 kilometer stretch.
8,000 meters. 8 kilometers.
8,000 meters.
Yes.
8 kilometers. Some Krona Abubo are along this.
They are all along Adina. They are all along that coastal area.
And as I wish in Kroni,
it's a very, you know, those areas provide one of the largest number of
registered voters.
Registered voters. It's a very densely populated area we're talking about. So the people on the coastal area, because that is the mainstay of the economy of the people. The fishing. Yes. In fact, I'm very disappointed in hearing that in the situation you find yourself, you will still go and win sand, knowing very well that that is the only line of defense that you have against the tidal waves. It is very disappointing. And I think that authorities there have not been very resolved and resolute enough. They should have been dealing with people more drastically than they are doing. The warning should not now come. We should have record of people. We should have record of people being dealt with, engaging themselves in some of these things. But we call on Governor Abaincho that the solution, relief item it solved the problem, right? Cools down, but the solution is that let's move on and complete the sea defense project.
Member of Parliament voice, I'm a boy. Do you share in her
sentiment? Absolutely. I share in Jifa's sentiment.
Said the people have been neglected or neglected.
Well, there are sometimes, because I'm not a politician, I also have to be very sensitive in the type of words that I use. Because when you say neglect, no, I think that what we have to do, we have not done as a nation. You know, this sea defense is started a very long time. Keta was a very big, bustling town that entered into the sea several kilometers. The sea erosion all over just get pictures of Keta in the 60s. it was a very vibrant British town.
Wow.
All of them is gone because we didn't take action at the time we should have taken action. Let me say that the whole land of Netherlands, Holland, is lower than Keta.
Absolutely.
And yet they've been able to build dikes, and canals to absorb the pressure of the sea waves in such a manner that instead of destroying the coastal areas, the force enters into the canals. So they've been able to solve that problem. There is a scientific, technological way to deal with it, but we just have to be resolved as a people to handle the situation. But the whole Ghana coast is problematic. You go even to Western region, you have a situation. Look, when you get to just the coastal land around University of Cape Coast, I see that they are now trying to. I think that as a nation, our coastlines have got serious problem. We just have to look at it.
But I think largely, it's all your Western region as a sea defense, on my from how Fasni,
yes, all the way down. They've even been able to, what we say, harvest a huge chunk of land for the state. I think we are doing something. We just have to move more. That's it. Yes.
The Director General of NADMO is in Scotland as we speak, attending the Climate Change Summit. Our colleague Seth Kwame Boateng Enyano Scotland AD and Komo Yentien in some of the two journey efa the Ekosiisen Keta the Eba said Mr. Angel Kabono Eddie Atu in an email Yankon NADMO Director General.
Every menya NADMO Penyupa Oda ano Nana Eric Ajima Prempet na ono Glasgow Hanoma or church media NADMO for Diabogana for Hobai ama climate change abe hunsu so no ebetimi akofom yenim se na se flat come no kreneba esinu na ya link to climate change na ono wa Hanoma why hu presentation ti yenkasa about Keta if you are near to us Keta in some tidal waves no a briefing banner when you so far
yo medase say Keta in some way see there on NADMO de nya de foforo me kai 2017 me ba foforo no me be NADMO adwuma no e bi si wo ho ye ko ho na no esi ade ba ko a me pese me kana Ghana fo hu nyina ne say ye ka say tidal waves ene sa sea defense problem na ye wo no enye voter region ko a 550 kilometers of coastals I war Ghana, but Bia was our problem no? From Volta, Greater Accra, Central and Western. Into 2017, tidal waves is C4 regions in Mame Konina. Nansaya and Che just a few months ago, and a tidal waves are the Kita wa business biwa ya koye di relief items ni ne market support mu any financial support nyade nti enyade ya de foforo say afi na si nti information amenya ni nyina yenso ya boa ye ho a mami nyina akonya yenso na yemfa ya konsam ana say we should empathize with nipa war K2 South say ade si nyade papa basa omo ye omo fishing omo koyi nam omo ntimi nkwa adwuma omo ton ade omo ntimi nkofo livelihood asay baby omo dakuraje so free ho kope ba bi da ne ade nti yenyina ye ma omo yakọ ade a asi nya de papa asi na de me pese me kaka ho ne say matiti bebre say demand for government intervention. Say government, yes.
Now before say about demand for government intervention, so the yate and they say a year one on what you on mujidi say mre was say NADMO bemu no or delay because omu wa hu here mu was say anka bibia ba ebemo mo asomadwom kakra relief items eno ede be na aka wo ho mu obi ana mu di bi ko
ade kakra mesre Ghana for say ya omu hu ne say disaster sia ye say see na no afa relief items na ode ko normally isia de ye ne say ye wade e friend search and rescue ye hwehwe hu say nipa na nsuo no ayesa na ebi kro obi wo ha wo drone tie wo enkofo mu bekwa ko yi wo mu na mo ahwe ho se obi prede na ekọ hospital ni we na e friend search and rescue na ya pe ba bi e friend safe heavens na se bi asori dan bi ni akosre school dan bi ni akosre ni ama nipa ni bi akogu ho eno num no omo ye sa no na omo ye assessment hwe se nipa sei na sa asem ya to omu na nipa asem ya to omu de ade na omu behia eno na ma de relieve item ko no na ya na eno sa na ba ya na MPs ana MCs a mo area no omo kora timi so ano kakra wasa nadmo de niema eye de eba na menyina akonya so na memmo ono abu fifi kote abaso ebi siye na bra ye free Accra omo ye search and rescue ni niema na ye free Accra ye bekwa akoduru ho no na ono abu fifi kote etimi akoto niema kakra de aboa ne nkofo na sane kese ne ye dai eko sana yesusu se ewo se eye nti se na omo wie no even assessment no kro munye wie be nam se eye emergency no omo di nipa bi akọ classrooms ana ba bi no na chese ni kwase etwen ma assessment ni nyina complete tie de niema kakra ekọ no mu wie assessment ni ehu se niema na enso na de bia edai akoka ho nti se ame no kase track nam kwan so nadmo team free Accra omo kọ those from who staff no bi nso free ho ko mu nyina be kwa kohia ho na o ma solve problem ti nyese ade ni see say bo mu na odim nika na ode bi ko de na ode ko number be na ode ko na se yesi ade na si na ode mattress 20 eko na kodu na nipa na ye 50 abeda wa solve problem
na so far munim nipa dodo a omo eho ache on ewo sa DSC
yenti me nka ne sisi ya nipa dodo e na meka cho say ubehu nipa dodo agi se why assessment no nti yenwie assessment nti yenti me nka nipa
assessment nda so koso
da so koso assessment nde o ye search and rescue na mo ye assessment no omugu so koso ye twen the report ehu but enam say ye emergency nti se ye rescue obi de na ko classroom e wo se man mattress e wo se man mosquito net se de be ye ntontom we no e wo se man youth clothing atare bi ehye e wo se man ne nti sa ne man na ya manya reasonable number bi because yenim number na asemato wom no but yenya reasonable number bi a ye de ko a yefi se nipa no eyese kura betimi asomu bebre nti omo ye eno no na assessment report no so ba no na wo se ye de bi koka ho a na ye de bi akoka ho
nti me no kasa kane no de o kan say enchi e bi siketa ama mo de niema koi se si anso bi esi ama mo de niema ekọ enkopem dabai ene be kosoa na de bia de niema ekọ abra bi anke betimi aye bibi di aso ano once and for all eno nso de be na ye hwe e wo ho
me da se disasters de ene ye nete e wo wiase especially natural disasters obi ntimi nka se nsuo nto ye nyina ye nim wo Ghana yi nsuo June July nko na nsuo to ti time bia otimi plan no ne maka se June July de mama nyese because nsuo beba ene ntisa eno ne ade a ama ye nyina ya bedi Scotland high ye nyina ye conferences ye ninkofu hia ye share experiences ne ne ma no climate change aba ene ya betena yepo yempo said the covid by na obi akata ne huni climate change ne ya betena yepo yempo aba nti de wosi ehun se ne ewiase asesa said the nsuo to no asesa said the bibia ye na asesa eno ntina nansen wo hwemu a Europe nyina eye flooded Europe so mo na woska a wo mokra boye nti se Ghana flood a ma ye nwune se bibia aban no na enye bibi panti e na ama Ghana flood nti Europe so be kasa aban na enye bibi pan na ma ho flood so America ewiase de seska wo na woska e ho flood baby anti ebetimi aba na mom oye niema bebre hyehyɛ bebre se de be ya betimi asi ano kwan kakra nti se disaster bi si wo Ghana ma ye ntwun ko se aban no na enye aban ne ye niema bebre so many things aban ne ye ene Accra Greater Accra Resilience Program ekosu ya World Bank support you ni nyina ye niema be se the flooding enkoso na Keta South de no disaster no de asi eba enimu ye de no ne relief items de koboa wo mu ene niema na mom ye ntimi fa relief item da bia sika na de to relief items no kro betimi aboa me de bia ye hospitals am de bia ye other things school for niema bebre ndi ye kra ye mpenisa na mom ye nhwehwu se Ghana ye developing country ye nye developed country saade we ye asie ade a okay mre bi atwam Keta sea defense asem de okay kwa me number tells okay yewura dana budakpe mu ni ade a aba ho asem bebre e na o mampanyin kofo ba ya o sha ase Keta sea defense aban ba ye nyina Mills Mahama omuto aso first phase no ye wie first phase na ye wie no ba bia communities na wo first phase wo no sa problem e omo experience bi aka communities aka wo mo ho de yenye na Endra uti Minister for Works and Housing press conference or o chirechire mu ye hu say second phase no document ni nyina mu so mu ye evaluation ni ade na ene wo ma contract o person ye project na wan go through proper procedure ni documents o china ni afro na ogina court nti ntimi so repre ko person contractor ko na ko ye adwuma nti document sheye wo hu ni ade nyina minister na no kan ni nyina na wo mu ye say the be second phase ni beba nti dem person me kan twa to nyina ne say second phase no ye sea defense project na sa ade we be thing of the past ama ebi mabio me da CP
Asempa FM.
And it says Kwame Boateng and on a NADMO Director General Uranana Ajeman Prempe Edin come live from Scotland at the ongoing climate change summit at Ekosiisen and Yitumi. It is our interview na Ebrem to amayehu anamo NADMO diegu akwemu to go and support our brothers and sisters in that part of the Volta region in the moment so but there's been talk. And Emede say and Ura Angel Kabonoha. Angel, my name say the conversation around relocation. Sir, communities need to see if you're relocating. Are they about up?
Well, about severally. But one other thing is that even whether we relocate or we don't relocate, the sea defense ought to be built to protect the land.
Okay. Because
even if you relocate the people and don't put up the sea defense, it means as a nation we are allowing our land to go. To be taken by the sea. Yeah. The other problem of relocation is that, Ghana, we are very sensitive as to which traditional area we come from. When you are being relocated, you are being relocated into somebody else's traditional area. And you know how sometimes it is difficult to settle elsewhere permanently. So yes, relocation is come up severally. The question is, relocation to where? Now, when they go there, will that become their permanent land? This issue of Asasituo. Yeah. You are coming to live on somebody's land. You have to be subservient to the person and so on and so forth. Yes, I agree with the NADMO person that, in fact, the world is experiencing climate change and its attendant problems. Yeah. Look, sometimes right now when I'm teaching geography, I don't even know what to teach my students because we know the rainy seasons and the dry season. We are in November and yet it is still raining and it is raining very heavily. So it tells you that something has happened to our weather patterns. And if this is going to be a permanent feature, then we ought to start rewriting our geography books. So these are realities that have come to hit us. But as human beings also, if someone in Dubai is being able to capture the sea and put up a beautiful town city, then we should also be resorting to technology and science and see how we can resort to that. Solve this problem. He is right. Around Glefe in Accra, tidal wave is affecting the. You and I just talked about the western region right now. So it's a whole coastal problem that we are having in our country. So Ebane Sanzwa and Yensu as a people, can we decide that this is a priority for us to address so that we can save the land? For now, that sea defense is when one day now so the people have to be they have to find somewhere for the people for the sea defense to be constructed. The first phase now Kufuor see around the Keta and also hotels, new resorts developing in that area because now it is a safe area for people to permanently invest.
Yeah, but when me share coastline
yes, it's a very beautiful coastline. So I even found that some of your Joy FM and some other media people were taking on a tour on some of the because the place is now relatively safe. So if we are able to complete it, it brings about economic development and tourism our area. And so as a country, no more so Sika 40 we say now weekends now I can relax.
Keta the you see Keta no. That was under Kufuor.
It began In fact, successive governments. Preliminary, seismic, or whatever studies, gathered the information. So everybody did something, but the construction period was under Kufuor period.
In the Ebesi Ketano, and since Kufuor time,
it was not continued. Wow. It was not continued. Yes.
Wow. Okay, my main kind message is kakra on this subject. Now, why Mr. Angel Carbono is here in our studios. Now, Yetimi Edi Nagrat Song Komo kakra na yatwas. We say Obi, is it not strange that Honorable Jifar Blagomashi was the Deputy Tourism Minister under Mahama, and the K2C Defense Project was of a great interest to that ministry, but she did not see the need to make a stronger case for same to be constructed? Why is she wailing now when she could have solved that problem for her people when she was a minister? She is just shedding crocodile tears. She should take part of that blame. PK Sapon any Musa Abattoir. Okay, he's on the Baumia lecture. We'll come to that at a later time. But I know the Ekosiisen K2 South. Very, very, very heartbreaking. Good afternoon, Obi. I sympathize with the families affected by the recent flooding. In as much as I sympathize with them, I equally implore people to be mindful of human activities that can cause flooding. Special greetings to Dr. Owusu Efriye Akoto in the JB Dankwa or Kwadaso constituency. We say, Obi, you see the problem with our leaders. This Keta problem started not today. After 64 years of independence, now the sea is driving the black man away. Come to Holland. They are living above sea level. The white man has been driving the sea away and building on it. We are seeing the opposite in Ghana. From morning to evening, you see these politicians on radio just talking and talking without any innovations. This must stop. Mr. President is in Denmark. We say, Obi, I am shocked about the lamentations and political angle taken by the NP Honorable Gomashi. This is, okay, what did she and her government do for them as Deputy Minister for 8 years? This is natural disaster and must be treated as such. Gasti man is in Brekum. We say, Obi, I can't help but ask. I thought that area is a stronghold of the opposition party. Why did they not do something for them all these years? Hope the government will go to their aid and save and protect properties. Anti-L and anyway. But Obi, we all share same sentiment with the affected citizens of K2 South. However, we won't take such comment from the Honorable Jifa Kwejo Edupako. Ewo achim eswom nedie enie. We say, okay, let me see. Obi, I started your primary education in Keta between 1969 and 1972 at Keta Zion. The school was about 100 meters away from the sea. I'm told it's no more. The prisons where my dad worked and our house, I'm told, are also no more. We sat and looked on unconcerned for decades whilst Keta was washed away bit by bit. The whole town and Keta Lagoon got flooded in 1969. What did we do? The sun winning is not new, so I'm surprised we are behaving like it started today. A stitch in time, they say, saves 9. So let's salvage what's left of Keta. Thank you. Angelo. Edie Eni. Angelo. Okay. Let me continue. We say, Obi, God made his creations perfect, but irresponsible human activity is causing us this unfortunate pains. I feel the pains of this tidal wave victims, and I pray solutions are found to lessen their plight. Obi, saving lives should be our priority, but the unfortunate comments by Honorable Gomashi trying to politicize and playing the tribal card are all unnecessary. Farouk Tema. Raindorf. Yes.
Our sister Jifa Gomashi, just because she comes from the area and she is with the people, we also have to give her
the benefit of
the benefit that she will also have to have an emotional attachment. Sometimes you have to be there. So that triggers your emotion. So let people be a little bit soft on her because she lives with the people and she sees what and the people also. She's more or less like the face of government. Sometimes the people don't see NDC, don't see NPP, they see government. What are you doing for us? Why have you abandoned us? She's the one who takes the first blows from the people. So sometimes let our listeners be a little soft on her.
Soft on her. Yeah. Cynthia, and no, I'll bring back her concerns again later on the show. But my name, you need not that in common. We are back to a Keta Tidal.